yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I watched The Revenant. The performance that got Leonardo DiCaprio an Oscar. I think what I loved about the performance is that it wasn't about his delivery of the lines. I felt as though the parts where he had absolutely no dialogue, where there was no dialogue and all he had was emotion and breath to articulate the emotion of the character, or to sort of narrate without speaking what is going on. And I thought it was so beautiful. It's a very passionate performance, absolutely. I loved this character for him because personally I feel like there's something conventional about Leo's approach to his roles, which means sometimes it's there's a certain standard that he holds himself to, and it reflects in his work. But sometimes it's nice to see him defy my expectations, and this was one of those performances where I just felt like he completely stepped out of body, out of self, to personify the idea of this character, this entity. It is a very gory film, very, very masculine and direct and straightforward. Truthfully, I really watched this movie to see what made this performance so important that he finally won. And genuinely, I think it's just because he has clearly outgrown, surpassed everything that we've ever seen him done or do. That's what I feel like this performance was. It was a reflection of all of the years that this man has put into acting. You could tell that this isn't just this performance. It wasn't just him preparing for this role. No, you could tell he's incorporated everything that he's learned from all of his roles in order to curate this very substantial and sublime performance that he gave. Wow. I thought it was a beautiful film, though. I did. And before I even watched this, I watched this sort of director's table with all these different directors and filmmakers, and the maker of this film, his name was there, and I got to hear him explain the making of this. and what it was like to film The Revenant. And it's just really interesting to hear and observe, somebody who we've known for years sort of finally achieve their own goals, you know what I mean? Especially when it's public and on this sort of global platform. To see a man that's been acting like practically all his life to like basically be immersed in his manhood and finally get the recognition that well into his manhood, okay, and finally get the recognition that he deserves. So I love that for him. Okay, that's it.